President Trump setting a new deadline for Russia to agree on a ceasefire with Ukraine. The president threatening sanctions on both Russia and buyers of its exports unless progress is made. Meanwhile, Russia striking a prison in southeastern Ukraine overnight, reportedly killing at least 22 people and wounding more than 80. I want to bring in Nebraska Senator Deb Fischer. She is a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee. Senator, your reaction to those comments from the president?
I think the president was very plain in his comments. We're running out of patience with Putin. He's the aggressor here. He continues to just increase his bombing on civilians. So we're seeing senseless killing. The president was very strong in his comments that he is cutting that 50-day time period. And it's because Putin needs to come to the table. He needs to negotiate. We have to stop the killing, and we have to be able to protect civilians, and that's what the president's focus is. He also mentions sanctions. I support that on Russia, to be able to use sanctions, and I support the president being able to use every tool that he has in that toolbox in order to bring Putin to the negotiating table and find a solution to this killing.
You are coming to us, of course, from Washington. The Senate is still in session this week, but the recess is supposed to begin this Friday. This is a critical week for the Senate as you and your colleagues are racing to pass this first funding package before Friday. Senate Majority Leader John Thune is aiming to pass this minibus of 3 appropriation bills this week. This funds commerce and justice and agriculture, the VA, the FDA, military construction. So I want to get your take on, first, would you be willing to stay through the weekend? Senator Thune has thrown out the idea of a prolonged session, or do you think that there can be some type of agreement where you would get Democrats on board to get this minibus through?
Yeah, of course I'm willing to stay. We have a lot of work to do here yet, whether it's with nominations, with the president would like to see us continue to get that out. We have the historical high on confirmations right now throughout the history of the Senate. So we've been moving on nominations, but of course there's more to go. I'm also on the Appropriations Committee. We passed out 6 subcommittee funding bills, and you mentioned those, Cheryl. We're going to take those up on the floor. Senator Thune promised when he ran for leader that he would put appropriations bills on the floor so that the American people can see this transparency. In the committee, we work in a bipartisan way. We have open hearings. We have an open markup, but we need to take them up on the floor. This is one thing that Senator Schumer and the Democrats did not do. They did not do it. So the American people, besides not seeing government funded at appropriate levels, we had to move into these really bloated omnibuses or with wasteful continuing resolutions. We shouldn't be doing that. We need to have debate on the floor. We need to take votes on the floor so the American people see what the priorities are that the United States Senate has in using their tax dollars to fund the government. That's what accountability is all about. So I hope my colleagues on both sides, Republican as well, give consent on these bills so that we can get them in a minibus, a small package, get them to the floor, and be able to fund government in a responsible, transparent manner. You've
got some fiscal hawks, though, within your party. I mean, you've got Senator Kennedy, for example, Senator Rand Paul. You know, these are certainly going to be some voices that are going to come through that are worried about spending. That's one issue, but then also there's this question mark of these appointments. You know, Senator Thune wants to see a lot of the president's appointments, you know, confirmed this week. It doesn't seem like there's really a wish at this point to do recess appointments, let President Trump do recess appointments. Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, first of all, I'm very fiscally conservative, as are the majority of my colleagues. And those appropriations bills either have decreases or else small increases. I think you have to look at the overall package that we're dealing with. We've been very conscientious about that, and we believe in funding the priorities of government, and that's national security, national defense, the border wall, things like that. With regards to the appointments, I think with Senator Thune, what Leader Thune is looking at here is being able to work with Democrats, find some kind of agreement so they stop this obstruction that they're doing. They are requiring every appointment to use all the hours that it takes or that they can use in the Senate, to have long votes, where in the past we have just been able to move a lot of these people with voice votes in the Senate. So Senator Thune's looking for a way to get a package together with the Democrats that they would agree with, so we can move more of these confirmations together in these packages, get more done at one time than this one-by-one business. I hope he's successful. I'm not real optimistic because I've watched the Democrats and the obstruction that they're causing this year on everything that President Trump wants to accomplish.
We're going to be watching all of this and following it. Senator Deb Fischer. Senator, thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.